Welcome back, and we're going to start off by saying there is no such thing as a seaworthy. All right, so seaworthies inspections, there's not really any such thing as it. There is those out there that claim they are producing a seaworthy, but there is only reports, condition reports on the boat as it's found at the time, and your interpretation of that. There is no, as far as I'm aware, there is no sort of Vic Roads or equivalent roadworthy test. It's all just reports and your interpretation of them. Please remember that the onus is on you as the owner and as the skipper. At the top of maritime law is a very clear clause, and it says, I believe it says, the responsibility of the captain is absolute. Right. So once you've left, you've taken ownership of that boat. You've done all that process. Once you leave the wharf, you are 100% responsible for the safety of that vessel and all lives on board it. Okay, so don't let that daunt you. It's just you need to know that you've done everything that you can within your power and within your knowledge to make sure that is the case, that the vessel is fit for seagoing service, the vessel is set up for the area of operation, the conditions that it may encounter, and that you yourself have got the skills. Let's go back into the process of buying a boat and or a car. So we're going to compare buying a boat to buying a car. Okay, so when you're buying a car, there has to be a roadworthy certificate on that vehicle. But there isn't an equivalent, as far as I'm aware, in the marine world. So when you're buying a car, you walk into a car yard and you kind of know what you're going to get. You're going to get some bloke that's going to tell you this is the best car for its dollars that's ever existed, right? In second hand. In new, it's a bit different. You're just there, they're just there to answer questions. You will sell yourself into a new car because that's what you really want. And you're there and you're aware, you've done all the research and homework before. But if you're going to a second-hand car, you're going to be looking at different prices and different, how many Ks it's got on it and related to the price and all that sort of stuff. But there's sort of this baseline understanding that you can't sell a car without a roadworthy. But when buying a boat, there's no one crushing boats really. Boats can just be as old and old and old and old and old as they like. And there's no sort of moment that they fail. What they'll fail on is their ability to be insured. Right? And once they fall beyond that, then they just become a wreck. But there's no one with a wrecking yard crushing boats. So they don't get to a certain vintage and then that's it. Now let's move up into, say, 20 years old. Now, I get the feeling that some insurers are a little bit less likely to look less favourably at vessels over 20 years old. But they're not uninsurable. They just have to have you have to have an inspection for insurance. So if your boat won't pass inspection for insurance after you've bought it, you're going to be up for some serious coin because everything that fails on that inspection will have to be fixed before the insurer will touch your boat and enter into a commercial relationship with you. So after the fact is not great. So if you're looking at your inspector, ask them if they do pre-purchase and inspections for insurance, and see if they're willing to do an inspection, pre-purchase inspection at a level that they can extrapolate insurance inspection for you. Get that over to your insurer and say, is this boat insurable as it stands? And if not, why not? Look at it thoroughly to start with. Open, shut, absolutely everything. Turn everything on. Get the dealer or the seller to start everything up for you. If they'll take you for a sea trial pre-deposit, go for a sea trial pre-deposit. Okay? Then if you're happy to move forward with that, then deposit it. But then you're going to do it, and you're going, well, I've just had someone look at it. Everything's okay. No. It is okay. It's okay for you to pursue further, to take the next steps. And the next steps are this simple. It is deposit, subject to survey, subject to insurability, subject to sea trial. But what we need to know is that it's fit for seagoing service means it's not just floating and it's structurally okay, that the engines are going to run for more than, a few hundred nautical miles. You know, all the systems are going to support all the primary systems, and then the secondary systems are all working. Yeah, primary being everything that's pertaining to safe operation at sea. It's not your air conditioners. It's not your galley equipment. It's everything that keeps you afloat and maintains your safety and ability to navigate. Yeah. Most people will look at bigger vessels from the lifestyle down, but what we're about is really helping you understand, as I've said before, the boat from the keel up.